Hi everybody and welcome back. So today we've got a new mod to review and I'm really excited. It's been long in the making and now it's being released. That is the new Lost Vape Hyperion DNA 100C mod. This mod is made with IP68 rating, which is a military grade rating for dustproof, waterproof, and shockproof or shock resistant. And it does go up to a maximum of 100 watts. Now this does have a DNA board in it, so it works like a lot of other DNA mods. It does have fast charging as well, and a few other things which I'm going to show you down below. So let's go ahead and go down. I'm going to show you everything that it comes with. I'm going to go through the menu with you, and then we're going to come back up. We're going to vape on it, pros and cons. So let's go look at the Hyperion DNA 100C mod from Lost Vape. Here we are with the newest mod by Lost Vape. This is the Hyperion DNA 100C. This is the box that it comes in. It does give a little bit of information there. On the back, you're going to get some kit contents. And then on this side, it's going to say Lost Vape, the modern demarcation. As usual, when you open up the box, you're going to get this box, which is absolutely beautiful. And then you open it up and they've actually got accessories on this side and then your mod on this side. The most durable DNA mod. So basically they are the first ones to come out with a DNA mod that is waterproof, shockproof, and dustproof. So let's see everything that comes in the box. So included in the box, you're going to get your user manual. This is going to give you a lot of information, specifications. It's also going to give you information regarding eScribe. Because this has a DNA chipboard in it, you can actually go on to eScribe to modify anything on it if you want. It comes with a Type-C charging cable, which it does have 3 amp fast charging. If you want to change that, you can also change that on eScribe. It's going to come with a 18650 battery adapter. With this device, you can use an 18650, 21700, or a 21700 battery. And then here is the device. Now this device does come in 7 different colors. I do have this one here, which has like the purple sparkles on it. This is made with genuine, authentic leather. And then the rest of it actually has that rubberized IP68 rating. That is military grade rating. It is shockproof, waterproof, dustproof. And you've got a very big 510 plate up here. This does hold up to a 35 millimeter with no overhang, literally to the end. The dimensions on this is 44.5 millimeters wide this way, it's 34.5 this way, and then 95 millimeters tall. It does have your fire button here. You've got your up, you've got your menu or select button, and your down. Down here, this is where your charging port is. You can just open this up. It does have that rubberized material on it to keep it waterproof if you need it. I personally don't put mine in water, but it's nice to have. Right here, it does say Hyperion DNA 100C. On this side, it's going to say Lost Vape. On the bottom, you're going to have designed and manufactured by Lost Vape. And then this is the typical type of battery door that the most recent devices have come out with, which is like the Gruss or the Ursa. They have these types as well. All you need to do is just lift this up. And I love theirs because you don't have a problem. If you have nails or whatever, you can still get in it. And then you just go ahead and unscrew it like this. And again, it does take 3 different types of batteries. It does have an O-ring here to keep it perfectly sealed so that you don't have any type of water get into it. Down on the bottom, you're going to have a plus sign on the battery door or this cap. You're actually going to have the negative showing that this is actually the negative side this way and positive side down. It does have battery ventilation in the cap. And then all you need to do is put your battery in and then screw it down. And once it's screwed all the way in, it is very flush. It doesn't lift or anything like that, which I really like. And let's go ahead and turn the device on. So once you click it, it's going to come up to this screen here. Let me go ahead and zoom in. It's going to come up to this screen here. It's got your battery percentage, your battery indicator, which is definitely a huge pro. It's going to have your resistance there, your time and date once you set it, and it reminds you that it is Evolve. It is an Evolve chip. because this does have the DNA 100C chip in it. Now, to get into it, you're just going to press your fire button 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will actually unlock it. And then on the top right here, you've got watts, making sure that it's blue. When you select blue, that means that it's on that area to select. You've also got, I've got it at 70 watts, and then you've got a settings. Now, if we go back up to watts and where it's blue, you go ahead and press the middle button or select button. It's going to turn it white. That means that you can go ahead and change it. So if I hit the top button, the plus button here, it'll go to the next one, which is wattage boost. The next one is nickel and temperature control, where you can actually select your wattage and your temperature setting at this point. The next one is titanium, the same thing, stainless steel 316, stainless steel 430, and then you've got replay mode, and you've got Canthal. So you can actually vape this in Canthal on the Canthal setting, and then you're back to watts. If you hit your select button or your fire button, it'll actually turn it back blue. That means that it's okay and your selections have been saved. Now going down here, this actually goes up to a total of 100 watts. So we'll go ahead and take that up to 100. It does go in 0.5 wattage increments. And then when you get to 100, it does not round robin. So you would have to go back down if you want to change your wattage. To select it, just go ahead and press your fire button or the middle select button. The next, you're going to hit your select button. This is going to give you atomizer, puff information, diagnostics, systems, and back. So if you go into atomizer, go ahead and hit the select button. This is going to tell you what it is for wattage. If you want it for temperature control, just make it white. You can select the next one. The next one, it'll give you all of those ranges. And then back to watts. To select it, go ahead and press that button. You can go back by going ahead and go down and hit back. The next one is going to be puff information. This is actually going to give you your puff information down here. It'll tell you the last wattage that you were on, how many seconds your last fire was, and then of course your puffs. And then if you hit your up, it automatically goes to the bottom, or you can go ahead and press down to select back. The next one's going to be diagnostics. This is going to give you the diagnostic information of the last setting that you had it on, and then you can hit back. The next one is going to be system. Now in system, this is where you can actually change your date, your time, everything like that. All you have to do is just go ahead and go through it. Now here where it says units, you can actually change this to Fahrenheit or Celsius. And then you can go to about. This is going to give you information regarding your puffs, your revisions, serial number, and other information. And then you can go back out of system, and then the next one is back. It's really, really easy to use. It's a DNA board, so it's really, really simple. I'm going to go ahead and show you that this will take a 35 millimeter. I'm going to go ahead and put my my Ragnar RDTA on here, which is a 35 millimeter RTA. And as you can see, it literally goes to the line right here, and on the sides, it's also right there. You don't have to worry about it overhanging. Now, would I run this at a high wattage on this device? Probably not, only because you're going to use up your battery fast. You can also put a 30 millimeter, which looks really, really nice. This is my Aromomizer Plus V2, which is something I use regularly if you know me. And this will actually cover up pretty much all of the plate, and it looks really, really nice on it, to be honest with you. And then you can also use any other size atomizer that you want. It's not going to give you any issues, but it can hold up to a 35 millimeter. They made it really, really nice and big. So you can use a bigger atomizer if that's what you want. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on here. This is actually the UB Pro tank, pod tank. So that's what I've been rocking it on. And yeah, so that is the Lost Vape Hyperion DNA 100C mod. Let's go ahead and go on top. We're going to talk about it, pros and cons. Okay, so here we are back on top with the Hyperion DNA 100C mod. Let's go ahead and have a vape, and then we're going to talk more about it. Works absolutely beautiful every single time. Now this mod, being that it does have a DNA chip inside, it can go as it can take a resistance of up to a 0.05 ohm resistance because it has that DNA chip in it. So say for instance that you're building, you know, you're doing an RDA or an RTA or something, and the resistance is actually lower than 0.1. This will actually let you go as low as 0.05 while you're heating up your coil and getting it ready. But I just did want to mention that because I did forget down below, but this can fire down as low of a resistance as 0.05. Now, another thing about this is the IP68 rating. It is all those things that I told you about: waterproof, dustproof, shockproof. It does have that military grade type of material, and it's basically just fully covered. So it's like a nice rugged mod. Not that I would be rugged with it because I really think that it's nice, but if you need to be rugged, you can. It does have authentic leather on it as well. It doesn't have like that cheap leather. It's really, really real authentic leather. And it's got that DNA board in it. Now, being that it does have that DNA board in it, you can modify and adjust the menus and the charging and just about anything you want. The menu, the wallpaper, anything that you want on the Evolve eScribe website. Now, it does take Type-C charging. You can actually change the amperage for the Type-C charging as well. If you don't like the 3 amp, you can lower it down to 2 amp and so on. So you can literally make this yours if you're into that whole going on to eScribe and doing it. Personally, I like it the way that it is. I don't need to change anything. That's just a little bit too much work for me. But if you're a DNA fanatic, and I know that there are some of you out there, you can actually go ahead and customize that and make it yours. Now, this does go up to a total of 100 watts. It does not round robin, which is pretty much a con for me. I really wish that it round robin, but I think it's because of the DNA board, but it's not a big deal. I can go down, I can go up, I can do it manually, but I just wanted to mention that. Another thing, and it's not really a con to me, but for aesthetic purposes, the 510 plate, being that it's got that big 510 plate, it's great if you're going to use a bigger atomizer on it. Then it's going to pretty much cover it. Well, a little bit over, like with the 30 millimeter that I showed you below, you can still see a little bit of it. So I feel like the 510 plate should have been made a little bit smaller, maybe like a 26 millimeter wide instead of as big as it is. Again, just a little, subjective con. It's not really a con. It does not affect in any way the way that the device works. But that's pretty much it for my cons. For my pros, I'm going to say that it fires immediately, just like any other DNA mod does. It's really, really nice in that sense. I'm glad that they made it with a DNA chip. I really like DNA mods. I feel like they're definitely a little bit more reliable in my personal opinion. So I absolutely love that. Not only that, it's also useful if you're actually building on it and it's under the 0.1 that I mentioned. You can actually go ahead and go as low as 0.05 in your resistance and then, go ahead and fire your coil and get it ready and everything so that it bumps it back up. But I like the fact that you can do that, and you can do that with most DNA mods. They're literally the first ones to make a single battery IP68 rated with military grade and everything DNA mod. So I'm really, really excited about that because it is something brand new that they're coming out with, and I think they did a really good job. It's ergonomic in the hand. It feels really good. It's got the same type of battery door that the Gruss and the Ursa have, which do not bother me. I absolutely love it. I think that it works great. It can be, it might be, and maybe it's just mine. It was a little bit crunchy when I first got it, but I just took a little bit of like e-liquid on my finger, very, very little, like barely any. And I just rubbed along the inside, and I've had no issues ever since. It's been nice and smooth. I think it was just that first time trying to get it open and closed that it was doing that. But other than that, it's absolutely great. It's got all those different features. You've got play mode, you've got boost mode, or replay mode, boost mode. You can do temperature control. You can change your wattage and temperature control. You can change your temperature and temperature control. You can do so many different things. The only thing that I'm not really sure about is that the puff setting. The puff setting is a little bit confusing, and I didn't see anything regarding it in the manual. I would have liked that information in the manual. It does give you the puff rating, like where you are and things like that, but I don't understand it. So I didn't really go too far into it because it's something I really don't understand. Usually a puff counter, easy to clear and everything else. Now it gives it to you so that you can actually see it, but it's in like a like a chart rather than, you know, just telling you the numbers. But it does tell you at the bottom, like I showed you. It does a max wattage output with a 21700 or 2700 of 100 watts. That's the way that I would use this, but I do like and appreciate the fact that they did give that little nub to put on the back of an 18650 battery so that you can also use an 18650 battery with it. So that's definitely an added pro. Plus they did give you a cable, and the reason why I'm mentioning that is because a couple mods recently have not come with a cable. So I do want to mention that. That is definitely a pro to bring the cable. That's awesome. It's firmware upgradable. So if they have any type of firmware upgrades, you'll be able to do that because it's got that e-scribe. But yeah, so I don't even know what else to say. It works absolutely amazingly. And it fits all my addies. So that's it. As long I've been rocking this with either this tank or my Aromomizer Plus V2. Either way, it works absolutely amazingly. I love the feel of it. It does come in 7 different colors. I'm going to go ahead and put the colors up here for you. And I absolutely love the color that I have. I got that purple sparkle or splatter, not sparkle. The purple splatter, and I'm really, really liking it. I think that they came out with some really nice colors. I would love to see them come out with something like this that actually comes with the tank. I think that would be great. Right now, currently, they're just selling the mod. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. I know we've been waiting for this because they've been teasing us with it, and now I finally have it, and now I'm finally using it. And I have to tell you that it's everything that I was hoping for. Everything that they said it would be. It's working absolutely amazingly. I love every other function of this. I love that it's waterproof, shockproof, dustproof. If you drop it, you don't have to worry about it. Just worry about the tank that you have on it. That's pretty much it. But this definitely is going to have a lot of longevity to it because it's everything. It really is. I don't know. I'm a little bit of a fangirl because I fell in love with the Ursa. I fell in love with the Thelema. I fell in love with the Gruss. And now they come out with this, and now I'm like, oh, I can't use all of them at one time, but I'm really trying because they work so well. They're very, very, very well made. And the construction on this is absolutely amazing. And you can put up to a 35 millimeter. Like, hello, what single battery mods do you know that can do that? I don't know of any. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for my review. Let me know down in the comments, what are your thoughts on this? Were you waiting for it? Were you waiting for information? Were you waiting for a review? Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you in my next one.